she's so fine. Hell of a ride, blows my mind. Hell of a ride, lights my day.
What's good, guys? Another horrifying story coming out of Houston, Texas tonight. That's Daisha Smalls holding her 1-year-old son, Legend Smalls, in the photo. Houston police shoot a 1-year-old child in the head while pursuing a robbery suspect. Now, this story came from CNN, and it came out today, Tuesday, March the 16th, 2021, at 7:17 Eastern Daylight Time. A 1-year-old boy is fighting for his life and struggling to breathe on his own after being shot in the head by Houston police, the baby's mother and attorneys representing her said today. The shooting took place March the 3rd, when Daisha Smalls was pumping gas and she saw police cars and heard sirens, she said in a news conference today. Her son Legend was in the back seat of the vehicle. Smalls said a man then got into her vehicle and told her to give him the car. Quote, I wouldn't give him my car because I let him know that I have a child in my car and they would not leave my car without my son, end quote, Smalls said through tears. Smalls said she was sitting in the car when the man jumped in and police were right behind them. Quote, before I knew what happened, they were already shooting at my car and I was just scared for my son's life, end quote, Smalls said. That is another picture of 1-year-old Legend Smalls. Cute as a button. Houston police had a different telling of events according to a March 4th statement from Executive Assistant Police Chief Troy Fenner. Smalls was not in the car when the shooting took place, Fenner said. The 30-year-old man in question was a suspect in 2 aggravated robberies who was already being chased by police when he jumped out of a car he crashed during the chase. The suspect, who was armed with a gun, then entered Smalls' car. The man refused to drop the weapon. Officers fired several shots at him and he died at the scene. The baby boy was also shot, Fenner said. Quote, fearing for the mother's safety, one of our officers discharged his duty weapon, fatally striking the suspect, Houston Police Chief Art Acevedo said in a statement. Sadly, baby Legend was also struck. Officers at the scene immediately rendered first aid to Legend, end quote. Fenner said he was not sure whether officers at the scene knew the baby was in the car. The officer who fired the shot that hit the baby is a 15-year veteran of the Houston Police Department and is deeply concerned about the baby and his mother. He has been placed on administrative duty while the investigation continues, Fenner said. Acevedo said in his statement he and Fenner went to the hospital to check on Legend and his mother. Quote, we are hoping and praying for the full and speedy recovery of little 1-year-old Legend Smalls, end quote, Acevedo said. Again, a picture of him and his mother. Smalls' attorney, Ben Crump, said Legend has been on a ventilator for 10 days. Smalls said the bullet was removed from her son's head along with the right side of his skull, but he still has bullet fragments in his head. Legend has also had more than 10 seizures, Crump said. Quote, why would they shoot knowing she was in the car? Not knowing who else was in the car. There could have been children. There could have been others in the car, but they shot, Crump said. Regrettably and tragically, little Legend will live the rest of his life with the consequences of their decision to shoot into his mama's car, even though they knew she was in there, end quote. Attorney Antonio Romanucci, who is also representing Smalls, said, quote, the objectiveness is that there are innocent people in the line of fire, and we know that you do not shoot unless you know what your target is, end quote. CNN has reached out to the Houston mayor for comment. Quote, my baby didn't deserve this. My baby didn't deserve to be shot, especially not by the police, Smalls said. I just want my baby to be safe. I just want my baby to be healthy, end quote. I'm going to play the video that goes with this story.
On March 3rd, I was pumping gas at Chevron, and when I was finished pumping gas, I went back to my car, and my son was in the back seat behind me, and I saw police at the gas station and a lot of lights, and I heard sirens, and a man tried to run into my vehicle, and he got in my vehicle, and
take your time. It's okay.
And he told me to give him my car. And I wouldn't give him my car because I let him know that I have a child in my car and that I would not leave my car without my son.
Just take your time. It's okay.
I was sitting in the car when the person jumped in my car and the police were right behind him. Before I knew what happened, they were already shooting at my car, and I was just scared for my son's life. My son has been fighting every day for his life, and he's struggling on his own to breathe by himself and to move by himself. And we pray that his life we pray that he has a healthy life and a healthy, safe recovery. My baby didn't deserve it. My baby didn't deserve to be shot, especially not by the police.
This is just my opinion on the incident. It doesn't matter if the mother was in the car or not. That's really irrelevant at this point. What does matter is the fact that a Houston police officer, a veteran of the Houston Police Department of 15 years, shot at a robbery suspect, not knowing who was in the vehicle. Like, you just reacted, is the way it sounds to me. Just reacted and shot. Yes, they did get the robbery suspect, but still, there were still people there. This is a public place. So I don't see where that matters at all. I'm going to end this story on that note. Thanks for watching, guys.